I've been playing MMOs for like, I would say since 2013, which back in those days, there was a little program called Arrows. There was a certain one you get like 50. I got like 50 kilobits. It was hot. It was hot download. Hot download. But I have been playing MMOs since, I would say, when did this game come out? Like 2005. And then you also had RuneScape at the time. However, I couldn't really. My decisions as of late to play MMOs is I've been looking for something. I've tried Elder Scrolls. I've tried Final Fantasy 14. I even got back to old school RuneScape. And old school RuneScape held me over, but then I got, unfortunately got hacked. So it kind of ruined my whole experience on that one. And that was just great. That was great. But I haven't really found an MMO that I enjoyed. So I'm back on here. I'm back on Guild Wars. I'm back on the first Guild Wars because it's the only thing I've really enjoyed. And I've been a long time, like, a veteran of this game since, I would say, 2006. Which, for those that are not aware, that was when Guild Wars Factions came out. It was 2006, April 28th, 2006. I think I started around that time. And that would be, I would be 13. I would be exactly 13. It was like my first MMO. And my parents were like, you are old enough to play an MMO now. So here, play this. And oh man, the hot specs. Windows XP, Intel Pentium 3. CD-ROM drive and 2 GB. That's hot. That is hot. That was like prime time back then. And I played Guild Wars Factions. I think I got the standard one, because I never got any of the art books. Yeah, I never got any of this, because it wasn't worth it. But I played. This was like my first MMO, and I started off with I think it was a ranger, and there was another character I had, but I never really kept that character, but the ranger's the only one that stayed, and that was created about a year later, and he's like my staple. And did a lot of PvP content with him. But throughout that time, I finished the entire factions. I ended up picking up Prophecies later on, which came out a year earlier, but 2 years early by the time. And I played through Prophecies, and then Nightfall came out, which was 2006. I did not know that came out in the same year. I didn't actually remember that. That is a quick turnaround. I think they might have been something that they developed 2 games at the same time, but like I don't know how they did that. Now this one, however, I didn't get the collector's edition at the time because I couldn't. Keep in mind, I couldn't afford a lot of things. I was a kid. I wouldn't have the money. But I pre-ordered the game. As per expect, I played through that Dervish and tried the other classes, which I didn't realize how quickly that came about. And then the other one was Eye of the North. And that game, that was 2007. 2007. For how long I've been since I played this, it would be about 2013, the 2014, because the last time I played it was about Guild Wars 2 came out. I played that for a little bit, but I lost interest in it because the whole skill system was not the same. I like the 8 skill system, where you get to pick and choose what you wanted. I didn't like the whole 5 skills that were dedicated to the weapon. I hated it. It just ruined the experience for me. It's just, I didn't realize how much content came out between those like 4. Wait, that was 3 years. There's so much content in 3 years, and beyond. I don't think I delved into that much. Now that I think about it, Guild Wars Beyond started. War of Krypton. When did that release? Doesn't specify. No, I'm not seeing it here. I think it was much later. It'd be about the time before Guild Wars 2 came out. About a little before. Yeah. Guild Wars 2 was 2012. 2012. Wow. Okay. shows. I don't remember. It's why it's 8th anniversary. But I never really, I couldn't get into any of their MMOs until recently that I'm like, I want to play Guild Wars 1 again. And it's still fun. It's still fun to me. It's still fun and it's relaxing. And I haven't been able to replicate that in any other MMO. So here I am. Exactly where I started. And you know what? It's okay. I'm perfectly happy with that. I need to make sure I get my henchman right. You're good. Gotta get my cultist because he's just good. There we go. So I'm currently playing as a Mesmer on Prophecies. I never really went through Prophecies straight up in depth. Marking. I don't know what that's for. Oh, quest item. Quest item for, I think, Passage to the Dark River. Yeah. Ah! Troll. In combat, you just stand there. It's simple times. This I can handle. I can't handle 1,500 buttons, but I like the strategic element. You like something like it? Yeah. And it's something I've wanted to like can tell friends about, but like Guild Wars came out at a time where World of Warcraft was big and you also had RuneScape at the time. Both of those games were massive. And then you just had little old Guild Wars just hiding in the background. We still had a lot of players, but it's nothing could compare to that. Okay, Carla, can you please like move your ass and your legs and whatever other spider things you'd like to do? Currently making our way to the last story mission on this side. Oh, that was a hot interrupt. So satisfying. Come on, Mox. Good. And for an Iron Man playthrough, the Iron Man is where you pretty much do everything yourself. It's not unusual for most, but I've never really, well, I can't say never really. I played, when I first played this a long time ago, it was Iron Man. However, I had a lot of friends at the time that, you know, you go back and forth and you help each other out. But this time around, I am deliberately avoiding helping or getting help from and self-sustaining myself. And I hate these stupid life pods. They are the bane of my existence. And one of the main like big turn-ons for me for this coming back to it is it doesn't feel grindy to me. Some may say otherwise, but a lot of other games, a lot more current things, like you have to do this thing numerous times, and you will eventually reach the high enough level that you can do something. The max level in this is 20. It's 20. I'm like, so once you get that speed, like that point, what's the grind for? You might as well just play the game, enjoy the story. Okay, we're good. I wanted to make sure I got the timing right on that, just in case I had to interrupt him again. I think I'll say 20 gold. Send about 1.8 plat, right? Or 1.8 plat. Yeah, that works. That's the number. That's the numeric we're going for. So, in short, I'm really happy to finally play in this game again, because no other MMO has been able to keep me entertained to a point, as well as I don't feel like I hate myself. All the other MMOs, oh, that was a hot interrupt. Henchmen, please do something. Henchmen, please. One of the big things with this game is that there's a bonus in main objective. You complete that occurs through this one. Then I believe factions is time-based, and then there's the Nightfall, which has a different bit of a mission system, and the Night of the North has a completely different system. It's more like dungeon-based, and just quests that are just really complicated going through dungeons. So when I come back to this game, there's so much content that I would say you can probably get, at least if you just play the campaign through all the way through, it's like about 40 hours for every single piece for each main campaign, which is not bad. That's a lot of game time. And right now, currently, for if you are now getting into this, or if you have any interest in playing this game again, it's like $30 for a ton of content. No pay to win that I'm aware of. And in most recent times, they got rid of a lot of problems. Or they finally, after I think 10 years, I noticed that there is now a patch that came out that eliminated bots, because there was a huge problem for that. I've been mainly focused on the Mesmer character, but I have like a dervish. For whatever reason, all my characters had like an X in it. I don't know why. It was like a huge fascination. But when I came back on this game, I think it was about a couple days ago, seeing there's a certain hub that still has tons of people in it, like, and that's their goal. And because they made the servers larger for how many exist on each district, it doesn't seem a lot of people play, but in reality still a lot of people play. There's like about 40,000 people actively playing. Who is shooting me? And seeing just people just hanging out, just chilling after all this time, because I think we're all in the same boat of there's no real MMO that has brought joy like this has. And I'm so glad to finally be able to play this game again. It took me a while to remember my counter information, but after that happened, it is just a thrill. So current goals on this playthrough, and probably for who knows how long, is to get a guild together, which I have the guild done. It's mainly we just need people that just are interested in playing Guild Wars to do all the content, because there's some content I never really got to experience fully, even when I first played.